EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to the Crescent City of New Orleans and the Caesars Superdome, the home of the Saints. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Green Bay Packers and the New Orleans Saints. We welcome you, Mike Tirico, alongside Greg Olson, the kicker, Brandon Aubrey. Set for the start. Off we go from the Superdome. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Okay, break. Set, hut. Ready?
Now the first carry of the game for Josh Jacobs. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. They get 13 to begin the drive. It's a first down.
First down. A gain of 13 yards.
Ready.
And a Packer first down.
Set, hut.
Off the play fake. Here's Love. There's a reception for Chris Godwin. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. Number 14 with a pickup of 14. And a first down.
A gain of 14.
Here's first and 10.
Down, Green Bay.
Let's go. Yellow, 22. Hut.
Back to throw is Love. That'll be caught. It's Josh Jacobs. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. That's a gain of 16. This offense is humming. A first down.
And this is so much of the skill sets that we're seeing around the league at the running back position. You don't want to have to sub your running back off the field, Mike, when you build what they call these empty or 5-wide sets. Can you keep your running back and run true receiver routes and be a threat? Because when you can, there's a lot of big plays to be made.
A throw on the move is caught. He's going to be marked down at the 12-yard line. Give them 17 more, and they are on a roll. Another first down.
Come on, set. Black, hut.
That is caught out wide on the RPO. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
Yellow, ready.
They'll run the draw with Jacobs. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
7th play of this opening drive, and here's third down.
Here we go. Yellow, 43. Ready.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Out to his right. He'll try and get there on the ground.
So often the best pass defense is a good pass rush, and that's exactly what we saw here. The pass rush disrupted this play from the very start. The quarterback has all of his attention on the rushers rather than his receivers downfield. All he can manage to do is get back to the original line of scrimmage. A lot of times as an offensive player, you come off the field, you're not thrilled to end a drive like this, with a field goal. But I think in this case, you can label it a success. You were able to operate your offense. You were able to quiet this crowd just a little bit and come away with an early lead.
3 points on that opening drive. We'll see the response as the kick's away. On the return, it's Rashid Shaheed. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line.
Over first and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
They go 3 tight ends here on first and 10. Off play action. He'll set up to throw. Take it in right side by the tight end Johnson.
There's no more efficient play in the NFL, Mike, than the play-action passing game. And you can see here why. You make the defense have to honor both the run and the pass, and he's able to pick up a nice gain to his tight end.
From the 29, here's second and 4.
60 by 6.
They'll go on the ground with Devin Neal. And he's got it. First down. A pickup of 4.
I think this second down call, Mike, they were hoping that at worst they had themselves set up for a third down and short. But there's no need for third down. He was able to get enough on second, and they get a fresh set of downs.
From the 34 now, it's first and 10.
Let's go.
Throwing now from the gun. Flushed to his left. Now he takes off. And he will slide to a halt, but he does have the first down.
And this is something the defense knew they had to contain coming in today, Mike. They worked all week on containing this quarterback, but here we are. Early on in the game, a nice scramble there, good yardage, and he's able to pick up the first down.
Couple of first downs has them out to the 45-yard line as it's first and 10. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Throw left side. That's Johnson. He'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
It's a pickup of 3.
All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Back to throw. That one pinballs around, but is incomplete.
He's got to do a better job using his eyes, Mike, and he's just not manipulating the defense at all by looking off the defenders. And at this level of ball, if you just continue to stare down your primary read, you're going to lead the defenders right to the ball, and he's lucky this one just fell incomplete.
Here's third and 7. Now they'll set up to throw. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. He's going to have the first down. So they convert on third down with a pickup of 9.
These third down conversions are just so important, Mike. Everybody stresses we want to possess the ball. Give our offense as much opportunity to end as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on third down.
Peeling forward for maybe a yard. Jalen Petrie up to make the tackle.
On the stop.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Okay, ready?
From the 41, here's second down and 9. On the RPO, a throw to Flowers. He's going to be taken down at about the 30. His 50th reception on the season, and he's got a first down to go with it.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as, my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
Blown back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. He'll manage to get 2, maybe 3 on that carry. It was Zach Sealer in on the tackle.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7.
They'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. They'll look to throw. And they're going to be set up now as he's brought down at the 5-yard line. That is a gain of 22, and it sets up first down and goal.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's first and goal.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Let's get that time. 19 Lion. Check up.
He'll drop to throw. Moving to his right. That's going to be incomplete. And it'll leave just enough time for one final play in this opening quarter.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
Another one from the 5, 2nd down and goal.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Ready?
A quick throw on the RPO is complete, and he's going to be brought down. And with that tackle, we hit the end of the first quarter of play. It's the Saints with the football here as quarter 2 begins, as they will see what they can do with this 3rd and goal.
Got it. Ready? Let's go. 60 Eagle, 60 Eagle.
They'll try to run this one in. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. That's the 5th touchdown for him on the year. So on 3rd and goal, they run it in. Sometimes, Greg, that's 4-down territory. They didn't need to do it on 4th down. Taking care of it on the 3rd down for the touchdown.
Yeah, when you find yourself down here this close, Mike, you have to finish these drives off. I'm with you. I think he was going to give his back 2 shots there to punch it in, but he only needed 1.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. This is fielded inside the 5. And he will only be able to muster the 20-yard line on that return.
Ready. 50, green. Ready.
On play action, Love. That one intercepted. Picked off by the rookie from Washington.
And while the defender is going to get credit for the pick, Mike, I think he needs to go up on the sideline and thank his pass rush because they forced that bad throw. That is the perfect example of when the front pass rush and the back end coverage work together. Man, that was big-time ball.
Here we go.
They'll turn and hand this one off. And some good footwork there. He'll take this forward for a gain of 8.
He's tackled at the 32-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd and 1.
From the 32-yard line now, here's 2nd down and a yard.
60 by 6. Ready, 60, go!
Now, this looks like a design run, and he'll get a couple of yards, and that's good enough for the first down.
Sometimes, Mike, the best plan is also the simplest plan. And for this team, just snap the ball to your quarterback, let him find some daylight, and go get that first down himself.
So they come to the line for first down and 10.
Let's go now.
Now, faking the give. This throw left side, taken in by Johnson. And he is out of bounds at the 2-yard line.
28 yards.
It'll be first and goal. That's a gain of 28.
Just a really nice, simple play design. Just get the ball to one of your playmakers on an underneath crossing route, and he does the rest to secure a nice gain. That's just good, simple execution.
2 yards from 6 points. It is first down and goal.
Ready?
The RPO, that one is complete. And he's in. Touchdown, New Orleans. It's his 3rd touchdown catch this year. On for the PAT is Aubrey. It's up and through. And the Saints extend their advantage to 14-3.
Packers 3.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. He'll take it in at the goal line. He'll come across the 20 and taken down at the 21-yard line.
At their own 21-yard line.
Come on, set.
A good play action with Love. Forced out left. And the throw left sideline caught. They rule incomplete. Couldn't keep the feet in. And it's second down.
Well, it's going to go down as an incompletion, but it wasn't from a lack of effort. I mean, he did everything in his power to try to get both feet in bounds. The pass just took him a little bit too close to the sideline, and he just wasn't able to save the play.
On second down, Jacobs. And he'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes third down.
So this team finds themselves now in a little bit of a tricky situation here, Mike. If they don't find a way to start sustaining some of these drives and come away with points, all of a sudden you're trailing by double digits in the second half. You become very one-dimensional. You become very pass-heavy, and that's certainly not how any team in the NFL wants to play.
He'll get this one complete to Brown. Call it a gain of 13. First down, Packers.
Really nice job there, Mike. I mean, he sees the blitz coming and just gets the ball out of his hands. Understand where your outlets are. It results in an easy pitch and catch and move the chains.
He'll work this ahead for 2, maybe 3. That's Chase Young off the edge with tackle.
4 yards on the pick.
From the 43, here's second and 6.
Down. Yellow, 22.
Mooney in motion.
Cut.
Once again, it's Jacobs. Down the sideline, past the 45. And he's going to take this all the way down to the Saints' 30-yard line.
27 yards.
A gain there of 27 yards.
First down.
It's definitely nice to have one of those bruising, punishing backs to kind of help wear down the defense. And I'll tell you what, you can give me a flat-out electric runner like this guy any day of the week. He can turn on those jets, get in that high gear, and he is gone.
Ready.
He'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. This time the sledding becomes a little more difficult. They're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Now it looks like we have an injured Packer player on the field. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29.
Let's go. Blue, 32. Cut.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. To the left side, to Godwin. And they are in great shape. He's taken down inside the 10.
Gain of 21 yards.
That's his third catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get them the ball, pick up the first down.
Here we go. Clock 40. Ready?
From the gun, it's Love. He pulls it in around the 5.
Love's pass complete to Josh Jacobs. A 4-yard gain brings up second and goal.
Second and goal.
Here we go. Set. 10 black.
In motion, it's Golden.
Ready?
Look wide. Get this one complete. And he will score! Matthew Golden. Touchdown, Green Bay.
In this offense, they just continue to find such creative ways to get the ball into the hands of their playmakers. And this time they use the pre-snap motion to help their guy gain leverage. And it's just an easy pitch and catch for the touchdown.
Boswell adds the extra point. And the Packers are back within 4. It is 14-10.
Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. And there'll be no return forthcoming, so the ball comes out to the 35.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Quick throw to Olave. After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
It's a gain of 9.
This is a great example here of just not getting too complicated as an offensive coordinator. Who's one of your best players on the field, and how do you get the ball in his hands?
From the 44-yard line, here's second and a yard.
Set. Cowboy 80.
To Olave, he's done it again. Oh, nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
Man, what a big-time play here by the corner. It feels like he knew that play was coming before the ball was even snapped. You can see he sticks his foot in the ground and bursts. He ends that play before it even has a chance to get started.
They'll look to pick this up, third and a yard.
Let's go. Lightning 18.
He'll look to throw. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
This exact situation here, Mike, tends to get a lot of conversation around the league. I think I'm going for it. I think here around midfield, you got to maintain possession, see if you can end this drive with some points. I think you got to stay aggressive and keep your offense on the field.
The punter remains on the sideline. They're going to line up and go for it on fourth down.
19.
They will indeed go as they look to throw. And he is going to have a Saints first down on a well-designed play to get 16 to keep the drive going.
A little bit of a risky decision for some, Mike, but frankly, I really like it. I think the days of being aggressive on fourth down, even on your side of the field, are here to stay. And While some people say this is over-aggressive, in this case, the aggressiveness paid off, and they're going to keep this drive alive.
2 minutes to go here till halftime. We're back to New Orleans after this. From the 39, here's a 1st and 10. A handoff as they try to run it here. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. That's a gain of 16. This offense is humming. A 1st down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense.
To him on 1st down. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. The Packers go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down.
And this offense just continues to chew up yards and get 1st down after 1st down. And defensively now, you find yourself a little bit on your heels. You're defending a goal-to-go situation. They need to step up here and get a stop.
Their first 2 drives yielded touchdowns. Now they can make it 3-4-3. It is 1st and goal.
18 Cardinal.
Here's a run. That's a nice pickup, bringing it down to the 3. Now it looks like we have an injured Packer player on the field. Athletic training staff's going to take a look, but this is a problem late in the season. Ball at the 3, 2nd down and goal. Now this time they'll look to throw. And he gets out wide. He'll go to the end zone. Touchdown Saints. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. The defense comes up with the coverage, but they cannot keep up with the speed as the quarterback scrambles to the end zone for the touchdown.
And down here in the red zone, Mike, is where I think a quarterback's legs can be the most dangerous. The defenders are trying to match backs, match tight ends and receivers, but often it's the quarterback that has no one assigned to him, and in this case, he's able to capitalize and run it in himself.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. This is going to be taken in at the 3. They'll get this up past the 20. That's where they'll set up shop. So 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 22.
Here we go. 60 red. Ready?
Here's Love to throw. Moving outside the pocket. Oh, a dangerous throw there is intercepted. It's the safety, Julian Blackman. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
Intercepted. The Saints take over 1st and 10. At the 41-yard line.
We'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Now give on the ground, and he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on 1st down, but that's exactly the case here.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Quick throw there, and the RPO is broken up. And no time to get the separation there. And the incompletion is going to bring up 3rd down.
He's usually such a reliable target in the passing game, Mike. We just don't see him struggle to come down with catches like that all too often. And when you're one of the go-to guys on your team, I know the hit's coming, but guess what? It feels a lot better after you take that hit after a catch than it does after a drop.
They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
They'll throw out of the gun. And that is incomplete. Contact occurred just as the ball was arriving. There are no flags. It's 4th down.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
On for the field goal now, it's Brandon Aubrey. This officially a 58-yard attempt. Aubrey's kick is good. And the Saints can tack on 3 more, extending the lead here late in the first half.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive.
Black 40.
It's the tight end Kraft in motion.
Ready?
Loves to throw on 1st and 10. We'll try and set up the tight end screen. And they bring him down, but not until he gets the 45-yard line. Now a signal, timeout call. 9 seconds left to play in this first half.
A gain of 19 yards. 1st down, Packers.
Let's go now. Black 90.
On 1st down, it's Love. On the run to the right. He's going to keep it himself. So, 1 half in the books. 2nd half coming up. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Chris Boswell set to kick off.
First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the 2nd half is underway. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
At their own 26-yard line.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. He runs with it. And he'll be forced out of bounds. Just a couple of yards short of a 1st down. That's a pickup of 8.
He tried to buy all the time he could, but when he saw that space, he quickly turned from thrower to runner, and he's able to pick up a nice gain on 1st down.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. This will be a Saints 1st down as the tackle is made at about the 43-yard line.
So, Mike, you know by now my philosophy on 3rd down. If it was up to me, I don't even want to be in 3rd down. I want to get all of my conversions on 1st and 2nd down and be able to stay in those neutral down situations. So it's exactly what they do here. They lean on the ground game and pick up a fresh set of downs.
On 1st and 10, they'll set up to throw. Finding room at midfield. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. That pickup good for 29 yards.
All right, Mike, so the way they teach these screenplays to the offensive lineman is you got to stop the defender's feet. You just don't want him to get a free, clean rush to the quarterback because you're so worried about getting out in front of the back. Make him start his rush over again before you slip out. Ball gets dumped right over the rusher's head. Bang, now you're in the open field.
Now a run on first down. He'll push forward for about a yard. Corner Garrett Williams there on the stop.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
So, from the 26-yard line, here's 2nd and 9.
Viking 18. Ready?
They'll run. It's Mears. He'll turn this into a gain of about 4. It's going to lead to 3rd down.
21-yard line. That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 4.
Blitz coming. He'll throw it. Forced to his right. That is caught. What a throw. Touchdown, New Orleans. That's his 2nd touchdown of this one, and he's got a half dozen for the year.
And while everyone's going to focus on the play downfield, this touchdown, Mike, it ultimately occurs because of the protection up front. They do a great job picking up the blitz, and with those extra few seconds, that's all the time he needs. Finds his man streaking downfield, open, and when great awareness meets great scheme, all you need is great execution.
So now, after the touchdown, out is Aubrey to kick this one away. Here comes a return from the 3. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
On the ready. Fight. Here we go. 60 red. Check.
On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. That one good for a dozen. And a very quick first down.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to 3rd down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
That is brought in. And he is finally going to get out of bounds. Big gain. There is a flag down in the backfield. If it's roughing, they may get more yardage.
Ready up.
What a critical flag. Roughing the passer. It sets up first and goal.
Yellow, 43.
It's the tight end Kraft in motion.
Ready.
That's caught right side, the tight end Schultz. And he gets to the outside and takes it in. Dalton Schultz. Touchdown, Packers. On for the extra point is Boswell. He gets it to go, and the Packers are able to edge a bit closer.
Packers 17. Chris Boswell set to kick off.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. And he will not attempt to return, so this will come out now to the 35-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
It's a 3 tight end look as they have it 1st and 10.
Go!
start on the ground, and he works past the 40, taken down after a gain of 7.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike, and they came into the game saying we want to impose our will on the defense, and that's exactly what they've been able to do.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 3.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Go.
Here's a toss as they look to run, and no place to go. He's hit and taken down behind the line.
I'd like to see that running back be a little bit more decisive with his cut, Mike. You can see he was a little hesitant, and once you're late making that decision, you just kind of get strong laterally. Great job there by the defense, and he has no choice but to take that loss.
3rd and 7.
Let's go. 70 Lion.
Back to throw. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Edgerrin Cooper.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
Set, hut. Blue, 32. Ready?
Love to throw it on 1st down. That is incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Down. Black 40. Set, go.
Off the play fake. Here's Love. Gets this one into the hands of his receiver, Godwin. And he'll be out of bounds after a gain of 9. They'll go about trying to convert on 3rd down.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
Red, 38. Hut, hut.
They'll let the fullback try to push the pile. And he will have a Packers 1st down. That'll be a pickup of about 5 as they convert on 3rd and inches.
1st down.
And when you find yourself playing from behind at this stage of the game, Mike, I think this is 4-down territory if he doesn't pick that up. So they won't have to worry about it in this case, but expect the rest of this game, they've got to continue to be aggressive.
Let's go now. 45. Set.
On 1st and 10, here's Love. Oh, he's going to be followed up and taken down. They got him. Carl Granderson getting home to drop him. He's up to a dozen sacks now on the year. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long.
Here we go. 60 red. 60 ready.
On play action, Love. This one complete down the field to Golden. And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Open is Kraft. He's got it. And it looks like he's going to have a 1st down. Nothing fancy there. Short completion, but it yields a fresh set of downs.
So on these play calls, Mike, on 3rd and inches, typically how it goes is we're going to try to take a shot. Then there's a medium zone option, and then the last resort is just pick up the 1st down with something underneath and get that fresh set of down. So in this case, he settles for the underneath throw, but it's still enough to pick up the 1st down.
He'll go underneath to Jacobs. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
They were able to complete this pass, but how often do we see these running backs run these angle routes and they catch it in stride and run a hole through the defense? So Well, the defense gave up some yards here, but it could have been a lot worse.
33, yellow. Fight, 97. Check, huh?
They'll run it straight ahead with Jacobs. And that won't get a whole lot. Maybe a yard. That's it. Converted twice on third down already on this drive. Now can they do it for a third time?
Yellow, 22. Ready, go.
In motion, it's Golden.
Ready.
That is caught out wide on the RPO. And he'll be out of bounds, well short of the line to gain. And that'll set up fourth down.
I'm an aggressive guy by nature, Mike, so whenever I get fourth and short in plus territory, I want to go for it. You're not going to win many games in this league settling for field goals. You have to capitalize when you find yourself in a position to score.
Ready?
On fourth down, Love. That is incomplete. They couldn't get the connection on fourth. Going to give the ball over on down.
So I'm not sure if this is miscommunication or just bad execution, but either way, this is a ball that just needs to be completed. I mean, it's fourth down, money moment. You've got to be good in these critical situations, and when there's opportunities for plays to be made, you got to make them.
They'll begin here on the ground. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2.
Tackle made at his own 9-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8.
Cowboy 80. Go.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And some good blocking at the point of attack. A pickup of 7, and it brings up 3rd down.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 1.
So, both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the 3rd quarter. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. It's going to be 3rd. They need 1.
Ready? 70 Lions.
He's got his man complete to Johnson. And he's going to have the 1st down. It is a gain of 6. Good conversion on 3rd down.
And at this stage of the game, every 1st down gets them one step closer to being able to finish this one out. This defense has to find a way to get off the field. They have to get the ball back to their offense to give them a chance.
So they come to the line for 1st down and 10.
60 Bison, 60 Bison.
He'll drop to throw. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the fight. And it's 2nd down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it. But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Oh, that may be the break they needed. That one's intercepted. Picked off by Edgerrin Cooper. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
Let's go now. Ready.
That's thrown quickly, taken in by Godwin. And he will score. Game on. Chris Godwin. Touchdown, Green Bay. Greg, they are pecking away at this one now. Very big touchdown. Gets them right within reach of pulling this comeback off.
Well, Mike, at the very least, they've given themselves a chance, but can they get a stop and get the ball back again for a chance to go down and really make this one interesting?
Boswell set to kick off.
So, things a little more interesting now. Back to a one-score game as they kick it away. A return now from the 4. Wow, they are hitting now. Been a tight game, and he takes a big shot there on that return. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10.
Let's go. 18 Cardinal. Take off.
Off the play fake. He'll look to throw. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete. Chris Olave, the intended receiver. And that will lead to a 2nd down.
And at this stage of the game, it's both teams that are really seeing who can make the big play to swing the game in their favor, and this time it's the defense. He's able to get his hands on it. Mike, I think they're lucky he wasn't able to get both hands on it because it could have been even a bigger play.
On play action, he'll set up to throw. Taking off, and he's going to be out of bounds, but up past the 35.
And the Saints.
He'll get a dozen out of that one, scrambling his way to a 1st down.
37-yard line.
Mike, this is the element to the position that this guy brings that's just so unique across the league. Not only the speed, but his ability to operate in the open field as a runner. It is hard for a defense to plan for a guy like this.
60 Eagles, 60.
Now, faking the give. Now a short one caught by the tight end, Johnson. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
The drag route. We used to say this is day one install. Every single offense in the NFL has this sort of route, especially for the tight end position. And depending on the speed and the run after catch ability of the tight end, sometimes it can lead to some of the biggest gains.
Cougar 19.
Off play action. He'll set up to throw. And he just does get that one away. He was being chased down, forced the awkward throw. And maybe he's fortunate that all it is an incompletion.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
Okay, ready?
Here's 3rd and 2.
Here we go. Hawk, set, go.
He'll look to throw. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he's going to be out of bounds, but they take it to the 20-yard line with that one. It's a big play when they needed it the most. 35 yards.
At this point, it just gets frustrating for the defense, right? I mean, you've been watching this guy make big play after big play all game long, not only on the quarterback-designed runs, but it's the scrambles that can really break the back of a defense, and we saw it again here.
Set. Panther 60. Panther 60. Ready?
They'll go with a counter on first down, and he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Out of the gun, he'll throw. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. Big Grover Stewart. He gets in for the sack. It took a while, but that is his first on the year.
And it might have taken longer than they would have liked, but that's the first sack of the game, and it came at the perfect time. This defense desperately has to get off the field, and that play gets them a lot closer to doing so.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
On third down, here's Neal. And good work defensively. Going to stop this one after a gain of 5, and it will be 4th and long. So, pressure kick coming now for Brandon Aubrey. This to make it a 2-possession lead. And this one, right down the middle. It's good. And that could be big. They now take a 2-score advantage. Back out is Brandon Aubrey. He had the field goal a moment ago, and now he'll send this one away. Now return coming from the 7. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. And that's where the offense will take over. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24.
Set, punt. 52 full.
It's the tight end Kraft in motion.
Ready.
Loves to throw on 1st and 10. We'll try and set up the tight end screen. Now he's free to midfield. He's to the 10. And he's going to take this all the way to the house. 75 yards. Touchdown, Green Bay.
Well, it seems this game is kind of getting to the point, Mike, where it's defense optional. I mean, both these teams are really just having their way with their opponent. They're going up and down the field. And after this long touchdown, yes, this is great if you're a fantasy player, but it's not so great if you're a defensive coordinator.
Boswell now for the extra point. The kick is good. Important extra point. The difference is just 3. A field goal here in the 4th quarter. So they've cut into the lead. Now just a field goal behind as they kick it off. Shaheed now to return it. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line.
At their own 34-yard line.
Right away, they'll set up to throw. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Well, fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down.
I think he knew in the back of his head, Mike, he had to get rid of this ball a little sooner than he would have liked. And with that pressure getting there in a hurry, it just ends up being a wasted down.
2nd and 10. Shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. Oh, they got the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Nate Hobbs. And he's going to give his guys a short field to work with and a chance to take the lead.
At the 42-yard line.
Here we go. Yellow. 43. Hut.
On first down, it's Love. To the left side, to Godwin. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Saints' 39-yard line.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and 7.
Here we go, set. Black, 95. Set, go.
From the gun, it's Love. Flush to his right. Escaping the danger, throwing and completing.
I hope we all appreciate just how difficult it is to throw the ball that well while on the run. And the way they teach it, Mike, is kind of cool. They actually teach the quarterback to disconnect your upper body from your lower body. Just keep your feet moving, and however your arm times up, just let it rip. And he does it about as well as you can ask.
Here we go. Black 40.
He'll run the toss to Jacobs. And he surges forward for a gain of about 5.
The tackle made by Bobby Okereke. It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 5.
Let's go. Hut.
A good play action with Love. A short throw pulled in by Schultz. He's going to be out of bounds, but he's got the first down. A pickup of 8.
Really nice job here by the quarterback, understanding what did he need to pick up a fresh set of downs. In this case, that underneath drag route was all it took. Get the ball into the hands of your receiver, pick up a first down.
Ready. 10 Black.
They send Godwin in motion.
Set, Hut.
Love to throw it on first down. Here's a screen taken in by Jacobs. Tough running there in the red zone. He did not want to go down. And he picks up the first down. It'll be 1st and goal.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with. So,
oh, the blitz gets there quickly, and down he goes. Chase Young. He gets into drop-in. It's a loss of 8.
And after allowing a chunk play on that previous down, nice job there settling in. They make a big play of their own, and they get him down for a sack.
Second and goal.
Ready. 50 Green. Ready.
They'll drop to throw. On the move left. He keeps it himself.
That's a smart play. 2nd down, don't force it if it's not there. He's able to tuck it, pick up some extra yards, and set up a more manageable 3rd down.
This crowd doing everything they can before 3rd and goal.
45, White. Field, Black. Ready.
Love to throw. Flush to his right. And he'll take it on in. Darnell Mooney. Touchdown, Packers. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
So now playing with the lead after that 4th quarter touchdown, time to kick it back the other way. Shaheed now to return it. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive.
1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10.
Cut 19. Cut 19. Bravo 80. Hut, hut.
Back to throw here to begin the drive. Rolling right.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
Back to throw. The reception for Rashid Shaheed. And he'll be taken down. The gain is 6, and it's a new set of downs. He picked up the 1st down.
And the Saints.
Nothing a quarterback loves more, Mike, than being able to pick up a 1st down without being forced to push the ball downfield and force it past the line to gain. He settles for the underneath check down. He's confident that his receiver is going to pick up the rest after the catch.
And he's down inside the 40-yard line. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
That's another.
And now, after that catch, they've got a chance here late, Mike. They've got enough time to try to move this thing down. I think they can win the game on this possession.
They still have all 3 timeouts, and here we go with 1st and 10.
Half the 60.
Now they'll set up to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. So now the Saints will use the first of their 3 timeouts, and the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
They'll look to throw yet again. The right side to Olave. And he'll be taken down after a gain of 3, but that is good enough for a 1st down.
That's another.
Saints going to use their 2nd timeout. They stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in the game. Here's 1st down.
19-18.
They'll look to throw again. This one batted away. It's incomplete. Good hands there in the end zone, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
In these critical moments of the game, Mike, you always turn to your best players, and that's exactly what they did here, and they just weren't able to connect. Give this defense a lot of credit. They knew when it was crunch time, where did this quarterback want to look? And they were ready, and they took him away.
70 Timberwolves.
Back to the air again on 2nd and 10. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. He might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
A great pass rush is like a closer in baseball. When you bring them into the game, it's all but over. That's exactly the case here. It doesn't result necessarily in a sack, but it was the hit that altered the throw just enough to end that play before it started.
That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. Got his man at the 6. And he's going to be marked out down at the 5. A big play there on 4th down. Good for an even 20. Here we go. 1st and goal.
Here we go, set. Cowboy 80. Ready.
to the air one more time. That one broken up in the end zone. It's incomplete. Wow, the coverage excellent there. It'll bring up second and goal.
Great job there defensively, separating the man from the ball. And this is the moments of the game where you need your best players to step up. And this guy's showing what he's capable of doing in the game's critical moment.
Got it. Ready?
Another one from the 5. Second down and goal.
Come on. Set. Bronco 80. Go.
Here we go. One final play. And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied, and they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play. Now this, an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. An important extra point up and good, so the lead is 3 here in the late stages of the game.
38.
Just 1 second, all that remains in the football game as the kick is away.
The Packers take over 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
They'll come up for 1st and 10.
Check, smash. Come on, set. 45, right. Check, huh?
Here's Love to throw. So this one, a win for the Saints. They bounced back from the loss last week, really put in a determined effort, and will come away with the victory. And that'll do it for my partner, Greg Olson. For our entire team, I'm Mike Tirico. This has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Saints are winners, as we say so long from New Orleans.